I got my second order in from Book Outlet. This is the one from Boxing Day sale. I'm an American, so we don't celebrate Boxing Day, but I still enjoy their sale. So I have actually 2 boxes because I ordered, I think it's like 45 books. I know, but I'm done. I hope this doesn't come off as bragging. I want to just put that out there, the little disclaimer, because I'm really not. I'm just excited about my books and thought I'd share them. So here we go. I'm going to start with a small box. This is exciting. I've never done an official unboxing, I don't believe, because I got my other one on Christmas Day and I didn't want to make a video in front of my whole family. So, paper. So it's the next day, and unfortunately that footage was unusable because my kids came home from school and I just can't film in front of them. So I'm going to finish it today. Of course I did finish unboxing everything. I couldn't wait for the next day, but I'm still going to show you what I got. Sorry about that. In my last haul, I got Lockdown Escape from the Furnace by Alexander Gordon Smith, which is book 1. In this haul, I got the rest of the series, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there is Solitary, Death Sentence, Fugitives, and Execution. And this seems like the kind of series that I'm really going to like. So I'm really excited about those. They were so cheap, it was worth getting all of them. Another trilogy that I purchased is the Bright Young Things trilogy by Anna Godberson. I have the Lux series but have not yet read it, but I've heard really good things about this series and I think I'm really going to like it. So I got Bright Young Things, The Lucky Ones, and Beautiful Days. I believe the next one is just a duology and it looks really good. The cover is what drew me into these and the reviews were pretty decent. This is Vacation and Home by Matthew Costello. And this is super creepy. But I think these are about like zombies. I think they're zombie books. They're adult books and they sound good and they're not too long. I got the first and second book in the Enclave trilogy series. I'm not sure. So Enclave and Outpost by Anne Aguirre. I would have gotten the third one, Horde, but they only had it in hardcover and I wanted to get all 3 in paperback. So I'm going to wait for that one. Another full trilogy that I got is the Hallowed trilogy by Cynthia Hand. This is another series that I just had to buy just because of the covers. I love the colors and I think the covers are beautiful, but I've also heard really good things about the series. So there is Hallowed, Unearthly, and Boundless. I just finished reading Eve by Anna Carey and wanted to complete that trilogy because I really enjoyed the first one. So I got Once and Rise, and I already started Once. I only read a few pages, but so far it is really good. And the only thing is my Eve book is in hardcover. These are in paperback, but I'm okay with that. Another fun book that I got is Hooked for Life, Adventures of a Crochet Zealot by Mary Beth Temple. I love to crochet. That might be a little known fact, but I love to crochet. My dog is actually wearing a sweater that I crocheted for him right now. Hang on, I'll see if I can get him. So here's Barney's little sweater, and yes, Barney needs a haircut, but you smile. You can't even really see his eyes. He needs a haircut so bad. But his little sweater, his mommy made for him. So, yeah. Go ahead. You can go back. So anyway, I thought this would be a fun book. It's just little stories that are humorous about crocheting. Then I got What Do You Do All Day by Amy Scheib. This, I think, is about a stay-at-home mom, and I think stay-at-home moms get asked this question a lot, and it's kind of offensive because they do a lot. I am a stay-at-home mom in the summer, and I just thought it would be very fun to read. Then I got Revolution by Jennifer Donnelly. This one looks really good. It's about a woman in the past and a woman in the present. I believe the woman in the present finds the woman in the past diary, and they have a lot of similarities. Something like that. I'm a little disappointed because the cover that I got is way different from the cover that was on the website. I would have gotten the hardcover had I known because I like the hardcover better than this, but same story, so not a big deal. Then I got Smile for the Camera by Kel James. This looks really good. It's a memoir. It's about a girl who moves to New York City. I think she does modeling or something. Sounds really good. This is one that I've heard a little bit about on BookTube, and it sounds interesting. It's called Dangerous Girls by Abigail Haas. It's a different cover than what I had seen before, but sounds good. It's about dangerous girls. That's about all I know. At first, I didn't think I would like this book, so I wasn't going to buy it, but I heard many good things about it, and the story does sound interesting. This is Pivot Point by Casey West, and I know there's a second book, but I only have the first one because I'm not sure if I'll like it, but from what I've heard, I think I will. I bought a lot of books that were super cheap, not only because they were super cheap, but the ones that sounded interesting. This was one of those. I think I might have paid only 50 cents for this. It's Good Neighbors by Ryan David John. It's about a woman who gets attacked on her way home from working at a bar in Queens. And I think it has to do with how you think people would help you if something happened to you, but they didn't. And it sounds really interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading this one. This is another one that was extremely cheap and sounds interesting. It's called Chloe Doe, and it's by Suzanne Phillips. It's about Chloe Doe, which is this girl who I believe was a prostitute and comes to live in some kind of institute for girls, and it goes from there. I'm really excited about this one. It's called Anomaly. It's by Krista McGee. It's a dystopian, and it has to do with a girl who can feel emotions and other people can't. Something like that. Sounds really good. I also picked up Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. I have this on my iPad, but I like having the physical copy. I have not yet read this series, but I finally have the 3. I couldn't resist getting this because it was so cheap. Then I got Breathe by Sarah Crossan. I haven't heard a lot about this, but it sounds good. It's another dystopian that has to do with air being very hard to acquire. Oxygen levels have plummeted, and I believe they live under a dome kind of thing. So, interesting. I think this was the cheapest book I got, and it was worth the risk because all the reviews said it's a very strange book. Sometimes I like very strange books. It's called The Love Curse of the Rumbaws, and it's by Jack Gantos, and I don't know a lot about it, but it sounds interesting, and I love the cover. So, for like 25 cents, I think it came out to, I couldn't pass it up. The next one is called Kiss Me First by Lottie Mogach. Has something to do with how we aren't really who we say we are on the internet sometimes, and something to do with that. Sounds really interesting. I was very intrigued by this one. Then I got Allie's Pretty Little Lies by Sarah Shepard. I think this was supposed to be a hardcover. I'm going to have to look into that. But I have the other 8 books in hardcover I just bought last month. And so I wanted to acquire this one. And I'm going to read this after I read those. And I've heard that series is really good, so I'm looking forward to it. This is Split by Swati Avasti. And it's about a boy who's abused by his father, I believe. I did break down and get The Luxe Beginnings by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm not sure if I'm going to like this series because I'm not a big fan of romance, but I could not resist the price and the cover, and I'm going to give it a try. So this is the first 2. We'll see how I feel, but I've heard amazing things about this one. That doesn't mean I'm going to like it, but we'll see. This was another one that was extremely cheap. It's called The Beautiful Land, and it's by Alan Averill. I love the cover, and it says, "Time is running out everywhere." I think it's either post-apocalyptic or dystopian. Sounds really interesting, and it was very cheap. I also got Not a Drop to Drink by Mindy McGinnis. This is about water being scarce, so girl has a pond, and she has to protect it from everyone. Then I got Something Real by Heather Demetrios, and this is about a girl, I think she's a teenager, and her family had been part of a reality show, and then it stopped, and now they're redoing it or something, and she doesn't want to, something like that. I love the concept of reality shows. Sounds really fun. Then I got Killer Instinct by S.E. Green, and I'm really glad I got it because I've heard this is really good. And it says everyone has a dark side. It's about a girl who I guess believes she is a serial killer, or she has those tendencies. And I was really excited to look at the book itself. Is really cool too. I also got Nil by Lynn Matson. And this says, how do you escape from an island that doesn't exist? So I think it's like a survivor kind of story, and I'm excited about this one. I got Feedback by Robison Wells. This is the second book to Variant, and I have that one already. I think I got it at the Salvation Army. So I think it might just be a duology. I'm kind of hoping that it is, but it looks like a great story. An adult book that I picked up is How to Be a Good Wife by Emma Chapman. I don't really know what this is about. I think it's a psychological thriller, and the synopsis when I read it sounded really good. I'm very much looking forward to reading this one. Again, this was like 75 cents when it came down to it. It was super cheap, and so I grabbed Tempest by Julie Cross. I like the idea of time travel. I haven't read a lot of books about it, and I know that's what this is about, so I'm gonna see what I think. I also got Plus One by Elizabeth Fama. I didn't get it the first time, and then everybody was hauling it and talking about the plot of the book, and I looked at the synopsis and I thought, this sounds really interesting, and it sounds good. I also got Mila 2.0 by Deborah Driza, and this is about a girl who's like a cyborg or a robot or something like that, and again, beautiful cover. I'm excited about this one. This one was so cheap. It's hardcover. I think it was 99 cents, and it's called Glow by Amy Kathleen Ryan, but it also sounds interesting and has good reviews. It's another sci-fi type thing, and they do say it's the most riveting series since The Hunger Games. Now, they say that about a lot of things, but I'm willing to give it a shot. This one was kind of a cover buy, but the synopsis sounds really good. It's called Revolution 19, and it's by Greg Rosenblum. I think this is a dystopian. I think it's the rise of the robots. So, interesting. And the very last book that I got from Book Outlet is The Enchanted by Renee Denfeld. I'm so excited I was able to get this one. They didn't have it at the Black Friday sale, and I was very sad because I really wanted to get it. So I was able to get it for Boxing Day, and it's not very long. Sounds really interesting. Something to do with a prisoner and death row, but I think there's some fantasy thrown in. Sounds really good. And that is it. Those are all the books I got. That's 45 books, which is completely extreme, but I had Christmas money and I wanted to spend it, and I'm just really glad that I did. So I am going to take a long break from shopping, at least until my birthday, which isn't until May, but I have lots of books to read, so I'm good. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.